everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review of almost a full collection from e.l.f. Cosmetics. Just a reminder, if you found yourself on this channel, please join us. This is a page devoted to cruelty-free beauty and makeup, and basically we just try out new products. I give my reviews on them. Sometimes I apply them on camera so you can see how they perform, and other times I do my makeup with the products ahead of time and then hop on the video and kind of give an overview of my products and tell you how I use them on my face for today. So if you are interested in hearing about the e.l.f. Cookies and Dream collection that just came out, then keep watching. Alright, so we're going to try a new thing with this video. I'm coming up with what I'm going to call the CAT system, C-A-T, and basically all the products that I review on my channel are going to follow that format. So the C is going to stand for cost, so a quick discussion on the cost of the item, followed by the A for application, and then finally the T for the packaging. So I have Gremlin here. You can only, I think, see his little tail right here, but we're going to use the CAT system. And then at the very end of the video, I'm going to give you my ranking, how many black cats out of 5. And so basically it's just a 5-point scale, but we're going to call them black cats because that's cute, and that celebrates my 3 black cats, Gremlin, Crumpet, and Marshmallow. So we'll jump right in with the first product from this collection. So I did pick up 6 products. The products that I did not get from the collection were things that either I don't think I would use that much or things that I kind of already had. So I will briefly talk about each of those items and pop a picture up on the screen so that you can see what they look like and then see if it might be something that you're interested in or not. So I guess we can start with the items that I did not get. So there was a sponge in the collection, and it was white with black swirls in it. It didn't remind me of cookies and cream ice cream, because when I think of cookies and cream ice cream, I imagine the like vanilla with the little dark chunks in it, and the sponge just had that swirl to it, and so it was super cute. And if you're into like a black and white aesthetic, I think you would enjoy it, but it's just not exactly what I personally am looking for in an aesthetic for a sponge, and I have so many sponges I did not need another one. The same kind of aesthetic and design was also on the brush kit. So the brush kit sells for $9. It does come with 3 brushes, a flat brush, a shader, and a crease brush, I believe. I have plenty of brushes. Again, wasn't into the design, so I didn't really feel like I needed those products, so I passed on those. But again, I'll have pictures here that I'm going to pop in. I also did not pick up the eyeshadow palette. So I think that was probably the most coveted item from the collection. It was, blue and neutrals, essentially brown neutrals, which for me personally was a little bit boring. I already have a ton of neutral eyeshadows in other palettes, and there have been some really, really phenomenal blue palettes that have come out in the last few months that I've already purchased. And honestly, the performance of those palettes are just better than kind of what I would expect from e.l.f. Cosmetics. No shade to e.l.f. at all, but I just decided it would really be just buying the eyeshadow palette for this video, and then I would probably never pick it up and use it again. So if you're interested though in the color story, it's only $9 for the whole palette. It does have 8 shades. Definitely check it out if that's something that speaks to you or something that you're interested in. I think those are all the products. I may have missed something here or there that I didn't purchase, but now we'll jump into the ones that I did purchase. So first and foremost, the product that I was most excited about is the e.l.f. Cookies and Cream Putty Primer. So I'll zoom you in. We'll go in a little further even. So this is what the component looks like. As you can see there, the name of the collection is e.l.f. Cookies and Dreams. When it first came out, I thought that it was cookies and cream, but it is dreams. So if you're trying to search for it online, just a heads up on that. I love how on the side of the packaging, it does look like an Oreo. So they do have the ingredients and all of that on the back, but I just think that this white part in the middle to make it actually look like an Oreo cookie is adorable. And so obviously I used this on my face today as primer. So this is what it looks like when you take the lid out. You can obviously see around the top there is where I had gone in myself and got some out to use on my face today. It definitely has the cookies and cream smell. I was very curious with this collection if it was just going to be kind of that generic vanilla smell, but I do feel like most of the products that are scented do actually have what I would consider cookies and cream scent, including this Putty Primer. So the Putty Primer is a product that e.l.f. has already had out for a while now. People love the Putty Primer. It's been a big hit, especially for the fact that it's a very affordable alternative to some of the higher end prestige primers that are out there. I have the original Putty Primer, love it, use it all the time. So the big question for me was, is adding the scent of cookies and cream going to change the formula or consistency and turn it into a product that I may not be that interested in? So I was a little bit nervous to buy it. I did purchase it for $9. I personally picked mine up in stores at Walmart, but you can also shop online at Walmart or directly on the e.l.f. Cosmetics website. Walmart, however, is the only store that is selling the products in person, so be aware of that. Again, so I did pick these up at Walmart today. Some Walmarts seem to have them, some don't. I went around to many Walmarts and made many trips to try to find these for you guys today, so I really hope that you're going to enjoy the video. But yeah, with the Cookies and Cream Primer, to give it my official review, I do not think that the scent messed up the formula. I think that this applied and gave the same, priming, smoothing, blurring component to my makeup that I have with the original one. This one is just 10 times better because it does smell like cookies and cream. It is a pretty strong scent, so if you don't like scented products, this probably would not be the best option for you, but for me personally, I thought it was great. So to talk about the cat system, the cost again was $9. That's going to be the same price at Walmart and at elf.com. Application was phenomenal. I went in with my fingers, kind of warmed it up between my fingers first, and then applied it to the face, and then kind of used patting motions to make sure that it had set in to my pores, to make sure it was diffusing the pores as much as possible. Phenomenal application. I will say the cookies and cream scent went away after it had been on my skin for a few minutes. So during the application, I did smell the scent, but after a few minutes, the scent had gone away. And then finally, the packaging, I already said, I love it. The fact that it looks like an Oreo is just an added cherry on top. So I give my full recommendation for this primer. The other two products I'm going to jump into next are actually skincare products. So I actually used these before putting on my makeup today. The first one that I used is the e.l.f. Cookies and Dreams Milkshake Overnight Mask. So let's talk about this. So it's 2.7 fluid ounces. Big container here. It does look like cookies and cream, which is great. I love the baby blue packaging. What did I think about this? So what I did, there's directions on the back of it. And one of the directions is to apply a very light layer to your full face, go to bed, wake up in the morning, and then rinse it off with water. Or you can use it as a mask, so putting it on for 10 to 15 minutes and then washing it off. So that's the option that I used today. I did go ahead and leave it on for 15 minutes and then washed it off with warm water and then kind of patted my face dry with my hands. It definitely smells like cookies and cream ice cream. Like the process that I was hoping I would have would be like scooping into cookies and cream ice cream and rubbing it on my face. That is what it was like. So the scent on this was the best of all the products. I think that it's a dead-on scent for all of them, but there's just something about this specific product where the scent was a little bit creamier and dreamier for me. So honestly, this is probably my favorite product from the entire collection, so absolutely recommend it. Cost is $9. Application was phenomenal. Packaging, amazing. So I think that this baby blue sleek packaging is very pretty, and I love that they left this stripe in the center clear so that you could see what the actual product inside looks like. The only fallback on this is that I personally would not use this as an overnight mask. The fact that it has the little beads in it, they don't really feel like exfoliating beads. They do at first, you can feel them, but once you're rubbing them into your face, they do dissolve. But it did leave some little black residue behind, and I just don't think I would want to wear this as an overnight mask. Also because I worry that those little black beads would get onto my pillow and stain them and make a mess. So highly recommend it as a mask, but I don't, you can try it, but I personally am not going to take it and do the overnight mask option with it. But yeah, totally awesome, and again, $9. My second favorite product from the collection also is in the realm of skincare, and that is this e.l.f. Cookies and Dream lip exfoliator. So it does come in the packaging kind of like their other lip products do. It's got a clear lid. You take the lid off, and I do just want to twist this up. Now obviously I've used it so it doesn't look perfect, but you can see it literally looks like cookies and cream ice cream. So it is perfect for the collection. Also has the baby blue packaging here, and I loved this. So as soon as I went to Walmart and finally found a Walmart that had these, I put this on in the car as soon as I was done. Immediately exfoliated my lips. They looked noticeably better in the mirror that I was using in the car. I felt like they were exfoliated, and that also was very, very hydrating. Even I think there were about 3 hours between when I purchased it, put it on my lips, and then I came home about 3 hours later and put that mask on that I just had, and I gotta tell you, they were moisturized for the full time until that mask went on, and the only reason it didn't go further was because I used the mask to wash my entire face. So this is something that I think you can throw in your purse, throw in your book bag, throw in your pocket, whatever. You need some exfoliation, you've got dry lips, this is going to do it in a way that's not super messy like the ones you have to like stick your fingers in and apply with your fingers. So this is like quick, easy, on the go exfoliation, followed by a really, really nice moisturizing balmy texture that was very conditioning. This also smells like cookies and cream. So I was very, very happy with this, fully recommend it. And to do our cat system very quickly, again, sorry, you'll have to bear with me, I'm still adjusting to this. So again, our cost on this was actually only $5. Application, phenomenal. It exfoliated and moisturized, and the packaging I think is just absolutely adorable. I love that we have the clear lid so that we can see the cookies and cream texture and what that looks like on the inside, and then the rest of the component is that baby blue packaging, so I loved that. Okay, so now on to the makeup items that I did pick up. So there were actually 4, let's see, what do they call them? Let me double check so I say the right thing. They are No Budge eyeshadow sticks. So e.l.f. has had these before in other collections. I did the closest thing to them, and the one that I have from before is actually from the Mint collection. So I think it was about 9 or 10 months ago, maybe even longer, I don't remember, but they had a similar collection came out that was the Mint collection, so it had mint green packaging. They also had some of these No Budge eyeshadow sticks. I did pick up one, I believe 1 or 2 from that collection, and I liked them, but they weren't great. The problem was that they were a little bit dry to me, and so when I was applying them, I didn't feel like I had enough time to work with them with a brush if I wanted to and kind of get them to look how I wanted them to look. So I was hesitant to buy these again. I actually bought 2 of them, but the reason is because I wasn't super excited about the eyeshadow palette. So the 2 that I got is the matte baby blue one that is called Chill Zone. So here is Chill Zone, and you can tell they all have the baby blue packaging, but the tip down here at the bottom lets you know the color of the stick. One packaging issue with this, I think they look great. I love the baby blue, but the lids are horribly difficult to get off. So just be forewarned, it's a rough situation. So they do twist up here like so you can see there's that matte baby blue color. It is a little dirty, obviously, because I used it on my eye. Also, I think is great for a drugstore product, the fact that it has a sharpener. A little difficult to pull out again, but you can get it. And so it does have the option there of the little tiny sharpener. Put that back in. So cost of this was $5. Let me double check that. Yes, this was one of the $5 products. And so what I'm going to do now is just go straight in on the back of my hand. So our cost was $9. Application, phenomenal. So these are so creamy. You do have time to work with them, even though this is a matte, so you can clearly see there's no shimmer or anything there. Even though it's a matte, you still have time to work with it with brushes or with your fingers, and I was able to do pretty much what I wanted to do on my eye look today. It's a little bit messy, honestly, but I was able to accomplish what I was trying to accomplish with them. So I think that these are significantly creamier than the ones that I had from the previous Mint collection. And then the other thing that I want to point out about these is they're great in the waterline. So originally the Mint Milk collection ones that I purchased, I tried to use those in the waterline. No, I mean, it tugged, it didn't really stay down, but I mean, you can see, look at that. Definitely stayed so well in the waterline, and you saw how creamy and pigmented it went in. So I think that these are phenomenal. Again, I only have 2 shades out of the 4. The other shade that I have here, and I'll go ahead and swatch this one. This one is actually a glitter shade, and it is called Midnight Milkshake. So again, the same packaging for our cat system. Cost $5 again. Application, very similar. It does have the sharpener here at the bottom. The lids are a nightmare to get off. That one actually came off a little bit easier, so maybe after you use them a bunch, it like loosens them up a little bit, but they definitely need it. And so this one, let me just see if I can, it is also a little dirty, but you can probably see the glitter particles when I turn it like that. And so I thought that this was unique in the fact that it had glitter and was not just a matte black pencil. I'm actually out of black pencil, so this was kind of nice to have just if I want to put over my lid and then put a black shadow on top, but you can definitely see those sparkles. Look at that. I can't tell if they're silver sparkles or if they're baby blue sparkles. I think they're silver, but you know, when you put it next to the baby blue, it does kind of give that vibe there a little bit. Maybe they could be baby blue sparkles. But I thought that this one was also just as creamy, just as pigmented. The fact that this one has glitter in it did not mess up the application. It was still very smooth, very creamy. I do think that if you wanted to build this up to completely solid black with where it's completely opaque and you can't see through, you would probably need a couple of layers with this one, or put a shadow on top of it. But I thought that this was great. And so my eye look today, again, it's a little messy, please bear with me. But what I did is I just used these two pencils. So I started with the Midnight Milkshake dark pencil, and I just drew the outline there. So went out with like a wing and then drew into my crease, and then took a little brush and kind of like blended and smoothed it just a little bit. And then I filled in the blank space that was left on my lids with the baby blue one, which is called Chill Zone, or is it Chill Zone Relax? It says Chill Zone and then Relax, so it's probably Chill Zone Relax. Yeah, so again, creamy, smooth, they worked well. They did do well with brushes, so I didn't purchase the brushes from the collection, but I did still have these brushes from the Mint collection. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same 3 brushes. Obviously, I only have 2 here. The other one is still in my bathroom. These were the only 2 that I used for this look today. But they work. So again, they're not the best brushes on the market, but for $9 for 3 brushes, it's not terrible. I would say if you like the packaging of the handles, that's a great deal. But if you're not a fan, then I would hold off and find something till you see an aesthetic that you like with a brush. But basically all I did today was I went in with the one that is called, it just is called the Eyeshadow Brush. It's kind of like a flat packer brush. I used that to, you know, take the dark color out and kind of just clean it up a little bit, and then pack it in some more. And then I tried to clean up just a little bit with this brush, which is the eye contour brush. I just dipped it into a little bit of my concealer and kind of cleaned up under the black and let that dry down before I went in with the blue stick. So I think that this was, you know, again, it's messy, but it was a relatively quick, easy eye look. Again, just 2 products. I used brushes to just kind of finesse it a little bit, but that's it. So I feel like this looks like a pretty put together eye look for only 2 products and no shadows. I also am a fan of, if you see when I turn my head in the light, you definitely can see the sparkles in the crease. So the sparkles in that black one there are enough sparkles that it actually is going to stay visible on the lid if you put enough. And then I do have 2 little pearls popped in my inner corner. Those are from one of the ColourPop collections that came out recently. I was just trying to do a little something to spruce it up because I felt like the eyeshadow looked a little messy, and I thought that it might be fun, you know, to add something in there to make it look like I tried a little bit harder than I actually did. Unfortunately, they're not perfectly centered, so that makes it a little awkward, but it's fine. And then finally, the last product we have here is one of the 3 lip glosses from the collection. So they did come out, I believe it was with 3. Blue lid, clear packaging. You can see the color of the lip gloss inside. This one is obviously a black with sparkles, so just like that eyeshadow stick that I was showing a second ago, only this is the lip gloss version. Now, I did think it was phenomenal to see a drugstore product that was a black lip product. So when I saw this was like holy grail item of the collection. I had to have it. I'm not a huge lip gloss person, but if it's a black lip gloss, like, I want to get my hands on it, obviously. So let's talk about the CAT system with this one. So the cost of this gloss was actually only $4, which I think is a great price for a cruelty-free brand. And there were 3 of them. Obviously, I picked up the black one with the glitter sparkles. There was also a blue one that kind of was just like the color of the lid, kind of just a see-through, no sparkles, blue. And then there was also one that was supposed to look like cookies and cream. So it was a white gloss with little black specks in it. I don't think they were glitter. It was just little pieces, kind of just like this, actually, what this looks like right here. That's what it looked like in the tube of the lip gloss. Now, I wasn't sure what the opacity or pigmentation of these were going to be, and so unfortunately I was disappointed that this one at least is totally clear. So I'm just going to go right here. It's not totally clear. You get kind of a little bit of a gray something there, gray undertone, if you will. That could also be a little bit left over from where I had black lipstick on when I applied this on top. So that would be the next thing to obviously point out, is that my lips right now, there is a liquid to matte black lipstick underneath. I let that dry down completely, and then I went in with the gloss. So I do think that if you put enough of this on your bare lips, you would get a very light gray tint. but I don't think it would be super, super noticeable. So I'm going to assume that the other two lip glosses in the collection, again, one is blue and then that other one looks white with black speckles in it, those probably are going to be clear too, just based on the fact that this was by far the darkest one in the collection and this just barely has a gray tint to it. So just keep that in mind. I think that aesthetically though, to have this, you know, in your collection, the fact that it's black with the sparkles, it just looks cool. For me, you know, it gives goth vibes, so I'm happy to have it, even if it is not totally opaque. Back in the day, I can't remember exactly when it's been, but Milk Cosmetics, a higher end prestige brand that is also cruelty free and sold at Sephora, they came out with a glittery black lip gloss as well. It had rainbow glitter in it. I do own that. I didn't take the time to go and look for it, but I do think this is a dupe. So in the case of that lip gloss as well, it looks just like this in the packaging, except for it's got rainbow glitter. It also just kind of gave a very brief gray overcast. So if you happen to have wanted that a few years back, this is a significantly cheaper dupe. So again, $4. So cost $4, can't beat that. Application was great. It's just a regular doe foot applicator. It's very smooth. This does not have a cookies and cream scent to me. Let me double check one more time. Maybe a vanilla scent that's a little bit lighter. I would say of all the products in the collection, this is the lightest scent to me. And then the packaging, again, I love it. And I just think it's so cool, again, that a drugstore brand took the time to make a black gloss, because you just never really see that. So those are all the products that I got. I obviously did not get the full collection, but I got one product from each category essentially. I've got these eyeshadow brushes from the previous collection from e.l.f. that was similar. So I feel comfortable recommending the collection in general. I'm not going to recommend the eyeshadow palette because I have no idea what the consistency or formulation is of that. Usually e.l.f. eyeshadows in the past have been great for me, but I don't want to say until you've actually tried it. But anything else in the collection, the glosses, the eye sticks, I think those would be great. And the other two colors, in case you were curious on the eye sticks, there is one that is a matte white and then one that is brown. I'm not sure if that's a matte or a sparkly, but it is a brown color. So yeah, that's everything in this video. If I have to give it, out of my 5 black cat scale, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5 black cats. For the collection overall. I think it's great, first of all, that it's cruelty free. You can get it at the drugstore, or in this case Walmart, and it is an exceptionally affordable brand. So if the blue tones speak to you, if you're looking for a black lip gloss to add to your collection, even if you're afraid of black lip products, I have a lot of friends who tell me that they like how it looks on other people when they wear black lipstick, but they're not sure about wearing it themselves. Pick up one of these, try it. Obviously, it's just going to give you a slight gray cast, but maybe it could kind of get you in the vibe and see if that's something that you may want to try down the road. So, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.